What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close. And we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. Excuse me. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. But it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a collector's rare, because I also pulled this. Freshly pulled out of my Genesis Impact box opening that I did last year is a collector's rare B-Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous, you guys. The centering on the back is a bit off from top to bottom, but honestly, it really doesn't make much of a damn, because I am going to be getting the card graded, but I never came up with a good opportunity to do it. So, with that being said, excuse me. With that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not subscribed. So if you guys are watching the content, you guys like the content, and you guys want more of the content, but you guys are not subscribed and or new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which I guess it kind of ties with this week's episode. But the question of the day is this: now that we know that Cody Rhodes and Bayley have won their respective Royal Rumble matches, who do you think they should go after at WrestleMania? Let me know down in the comments below. As far as Cody goes, we already know who the guy is targeting. We know who it is. We're not gonna sugarcoat it, but I wanted to get your guys' opinion on that situation. But for this week's episode, it is all about the in-depth review of the Royal Rumble. And and if you guys are new to the channel, excuse me, but you guys don't know how this works, basically the way it works is this: I do the results of each premium live event immediately following the show, and then on WWE's Biggest Issue, I do a full in-depth review and talk about some of the key moments that took place in each match, given a rating of 1 star to 5, talk about what could have been different, and then rate the whole card itself from 1 star to 5. And we kick things off with the Women's Royal Rumble match, which was probably one of the most stacked Rumble cards we had ever seen. I mean, you have there was literally a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There was literally a grand total of 14, 15, literally 15. Half of the field were former women's champions, while the rest of them have either just went on to became women's tag team champions, or they've never won a single title in their whole careers ever. So think about that, guys. That's pretty insane. It's pretty insane to know that there were no legends, no Hall of Famers whatsoever. It was all new talent. Either all new talent, or superstars who had already competed in the Rumble match previously but never made it to the summit, or they have done so entirely. I mean, think of how many Rumble winners there were in this matchup. There was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. There were literally 3 former Royal Rumble winners in this matchup. And the order and the Rumble order of entry went as follows. Natalya, the return of Naomi, Bayley, Candice LeRae, Jordynne Grace, the TNA Knockouts champion, Indy Hartwell, Asuka, Ivy Nile, Katana Chance, Bianca Belair, Kairi Sane, Tegan Knox, Kaden Carter, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Xia Li, Zelina Vega, Maxine Dupree, Nia Jax, Shotzi, Becky Lynch, Alba Fire, Shayna Baszler, Valhalla, Michin, Zoe Stark, Roxanne Perez from NXT, Jade Cargill. Finally, we got to see Jade Cargill in action, and Jade had a hell of a showing, hell of a performance by Jade, before ultimately being eliminated by Liv Morgan. Spoiler alert: Tiffany Stratton at 29 and 30. Spoiler alert: Liv Morgan. I'm gonna be honest. The card was super stacked. You had 15 former women's champions. You had a current women's champion, or knockouts champion, sorry, in the form of Jordynne Grace, who, ironically enough, from what I had seen on social media at TNA's last event, what was it, Hard to Kill? Jordynne Grace took the knockouts title from Naomi in the first place. And she herself had a hell of a showing, hell of a performance before roughly being eliminated by Bianca Belair, which was a bit unfortunate. But I will say this: Jordynne Grace even took to social media and said, "This ain't the last time you've seen TNA." So maybe Triple H has opened that forbidden door, and if you know, you know. I did a video on that not that long ago, and excuse me, and who knows? Maybe it's possible. It's very possible that we could potentially see it. see more and more TNA stars come to WWE. It's possible, but we will just have to wait and see. But funny enough, both Chance and Carter ended up eliminating the same two women that took the women's tag team titles off from them, known as Asuka and Kairi Sane, before both of them being eliminated by Nia Jax and Piper Niven, respectively. And funny enough, Piper Niven had a hell of a showing as well. She eliminated one. She actually eliminated like one or two people before getting eliminated by Nia Jax. So think about that, guys. And then Nia Jax, she basically dominated. She literally just dominated the whole field, literally eliminating 2, 4, 7, literally eliminating 7 women before being eliminated herself by, get this, Jade Cargill. It only took one woman to pull it off, and that was Jade Cargill. So I can easily tell we're going to have ourselves a megastar in the form of Jade Cargill. She is going to be a megastar in WWE, but it eventually came down to the final 4. Jade Cargill, Bayley, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Bayley, Jade Cargill, Liv Morgan. It came down to the final 4 as Naomi got eliminated by Jade Cargill, and Jade Cargill got eliminated by Liv Morgan, and then Bayley eliminated Liv to win the Royal Rumble, making her the only woman to have ever lasted an hour 3. It literally took Bayley an hour 3 minutes. 1 hour, 3 minutes, 3 seconds to win the entire thing. And I'm gonna be honest, as crazy as it sounds, the women's Royal Rumble match, easy 5 stars. I feel like Bayley's premonition is coming to pass, and we know that Bayley wants to face Rhea Ripley for the women's world title at WrestleMania, but is it really going to happen? Is she going to challenge Rhea, or is she going to choose Io Sky and eventually become a full-fledged babyface? I feel like that could be the case, but who knows? I think in my opinion, I think 2024 is going to be the year that all the members of Damage Control become arguably one of the biggest babyface all-female factions in all of WWE, and it's possible, but we will just have to wait and see. But with that being said, could it have ended differently? I don't know. I feel like it could have, but given the fact that Bayley had lasted over an hour in this matchup, fatigue could have played a huge factor, and Jade Cargill probably would have won it, but who knows? I think I really don't think that there was any other way the match would have ended, but who knows? But again, 5 stars, hands down. But next up, we've got the Fatal 4-Way for the Undisputed Universal title between Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, LA Knight, and of course, Randy Orton. And think about this, guys. You have 4 men who have won on to win world titles in either WWE or somewhere else. Think about this. Roman Reigns is a 6-time, actually, I believe a 6-time? Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, he is a 6-time world champion. AJ Styles, a 2-time WWE champion and a multi-time TNA world champion. LA Knight, the exact same thing. He won the TNA world title when he was working with TNA. And then, of course, Randy Orton, 14-time WWE champion. All these guys fighting to prove to one another that they are the best. This was probably the most predicted, probably one of the most predictable matches we had ever seen. With the outcome that Solo Sikoa was getting involved, and he did. Not much left to say about that. However, I will admit, Roman Reigns actually had a hell of a showing. Even also AJ Styles, all four of these guys just completely dominated. We even saw LA Knight take Randy Orton's head and bash it onto the announce desk, and then we even saw Randy Orton take LA Knight and side slam him onto the announce table, which was pretty funny. And we even also saw Randy Orton hit AJ Styles with an RKO right as AJ Styles was about to hit a phenomenal forearm. Then he hit an RKO onto LA Knight, and right as Roman Reigns was gonna hit a Superman punch, boom, RKO out of nowhere. And Randy Orton was this close. Even also, all three of those guys, Knight, Styles, Orton, they were all close. But Solo Sikoa got involved. And right as he was about to hit LA Knight with the same move that Rikishi perfected over the years, if you know, you know, LA Knight moved out of the way. Or was it Styles? I think it was Styles. No, it was indeed LA Knight. My mind's rattled. Literally, guys, my mind is still rattled from that night, from Saturday. But basically, I believe it was, if my memory serves right, it was LA Knight. He moved out of harm's way, and oh no, it was Styles. It was Styles. I now remember it was AJ Styles. AJ Styles moved out of the way, and Solo Sikoa got an ass full of barricade. And at the end, obviously the end of it all, Roman Reigns pinned LA Knight and walked out with the victory. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that Damian Priest would have cashed in Money in the Bank since he was like rattled and shit, but nope. But now the question is, could this have ended differently? I doubt it. As crazy as it sounds, I doubt it. I think the match could have gone a little bit longer, to the extent where Solo Sikoa would have gotten involved and just attacked everybody, stacked them all up. Roman Reigns pinned them. I think that's probably what could have happened. But honestly, though, this was a pretty solid matchup. A bit too predictable, but still pretty solid. 4 stars, hands down. Next up, we have the United States title between Logan Paul and, of course, Kevin Owens. Let's just be real. We knew that Logan Paul had a trick up his sleeve. I'm not even going to say anything about it. Ooh, ow. I'm not even going to say a word about it, except the fact that because of Austin Theory, because of Grayson Waller, and because of that damn goofball from SummerSlam and from Crown Jewel, who we now know the name his name Jeff. If you know, you know. They brought in Brass Knucks. Kevin Owens took it away from Logan Paul. Bam, popped him, and the referee caught the Knucks. Yeah, that no. Yeah, so Logan Paul is still the United States champion, and I can guarantee you that Kevin Owens is not going to take that lightly. We may end up seeing a rematch at Elimination Chamber. But then again, it could potentially happen at WrestleMania. I mean, we're now 68 days away from arguably one of the biggest shows of the year, known as WrestleMania. So, it's possible. It's possible. But we will have to wait and see. But I'll be optimistic with this match and give it 3 stars. I will be optimistic, but could it have ended differently? Yes. I feel like if Kevin Owens threw the Knucks away, like literally just threw it to the point where a fan just grabbed him, you know, then Kevin Owens would have become a 4-time United States champion. That's just how I see it. But Logan Paul always finds a way to win, and this one was no different. But now we move into the men's Royal Rumble match, and I'm gonna be honest, the way they started this one, absolutely perfect. Chef's kiss. The perfect way to start the men's Royal Rumble, with the entrance number 1 and number 2 entrance. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso in that order. Yeah. Which the rest of the order went as follows. Grayson Waller, the return of none other than Andrade. Yeah, Andrade El Idolo. Yes, Andrade Cien Almas is back in WWE for the first time in 2.5 years. In like 3.5 years? That's insane. Carmelo Hayes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Santos Escobar, Karrion Kross, Dominic Mysterio, Carlito, Bobby Lashley, Ludwig Kaiser, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, Bronson Reed, Kofi Kingston, Gunther, Ivar, Braun Breaker from NXT, Omos, Pat McAfee, which we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that here in a second. JD McDonough, R-Truth, The Miz, Damian Priest, CM Punk, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, and the return of Sami Zayn. So we've had how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 returns all together because this was CM Punk's first televised match in 10 years. To the day, mind you. How ironic. How ironic. And what's even more hilarious is that I kind of figured CM Punk would have entered the match at number 30. But he didn't. I kind of figured because it would have been funny because when you think about it, 2014, he entered at number 1. How ironic would it have been if he entered at number 30? I'm just throwing that out there. But think about this, guys. Think about this. You have all these guys. How many guys? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 of these guys are former NXT champions. Literally NXT World Champions. You've got Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Karrion Kross. Who else? Finn Balor, Braun Breaker, Drew McIntyre, and Sami Zayn. That's 8. 8 of them. And then of course too you've got guys like who guys like Carlito, guys like Bobby Lashley, guys like Andrade, guys like Kofi, guys like Finn Balor and Damian Priest and R-Truth and The Miz, you know, who are all former United States champions. Literally, and the only ones who had won the Royal Rumble. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Only 3 of these guys had previously won the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Shinsuke Nakamura. So think about that, guys. Think about that. This was one again, just like the women's Royal Rumble, the men's Rumble, 100% stacked. Absolutely stacked. And think about this. Braun Breaker had a hell of a showing. Not only did he eliminate Jimmy Uso, he eliminated 1, 2, 3, 4. He eliminated 4 guys before roughly getting eliminated by Dominic Mysterio of all people. And then he ends up spearing the living shit out of JD McDonough. And then JD McDonough gets eliminated by main event Jey Uso. And one of the guys that he eliminated, actually 2 of the guys that he eliminated, were big dudes. Ivar, and get this. You ready? Omos. And Omos is 7 feet 3 inches. Insane. And what's even more crazy as well is that Bronson Reed had a hell of a showing as well. He eliminated 1. Yeah, actually he eliminated like maybe 1 or 2 people before getting eliminated by Omos, which was actually kind of funny. Which was actually kind of a funny way to get eliminated as well. And then, I mean, this was absolutely incredible. CM Punk eliminating Dominic Mysterio. Actually, Punk eliminated 1. Yeah, 2. Yeah, 2 people. Like 2 or 3 people before getting eliminated by Cody Rhodes to win the whole thing. You heard me right. The final 2 was Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, and that lasted like what, 5, 6, 7, almost like 10 minutes. That lasted like close to 10 minutes before Cody Rhodes went back to back. Honestly, I could not be any more happier. Excuse me. And I feel like as if between the 2, if there was one person who I would have wanted to win, I'm glad that it was Cody, because Cody, we already know who Cody's going after. He's going after Roman. And I thought to myself, and I believe I mentioned this in my prediction video on Wednesday, but I said that a lot of these guys were going after certain people. We knew that Jay was gonna go after Roman. We knew that Jimmy was gonna go after Seth. We knew that Punk was going after Seth. We knew that McIntyre wanted both Roman and Seth. You know, Gunther wanted Seth. Dom just wanted he's just happy to be there. Obviously Lashley wants Roman Reigns. Cody wants Roman Reigns. At this point, it's like, who do you want to win the most. You know, because all these guys were odds-on favorites. Jay was one of the odds-on favorites to win. Lashley, Gunther, Cody, CM Punk, and McIntyre were the 6 odds-on favorites to win the whole thing. And Cody Rhodes was the man to pull it off. Honestly, this was an instant 5-star classic. Hands down. Could it have ended differently? At this point, it's hard to say, because CM Punk, obviously, yes, he did wrestle in AEW for the latter part of like maybe a year and a half, but when you really think about it, when you really think about it, especially in the in a battle royal such as the Royal Rumble, ring rust can become a huge factor, and for CM Punk, that was the case. So yeah. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that Cody Rhodes is going to be going after Roman Reigns, and Bayley, to my understanding, will be going after Rhea Ripley. And honestly, if you guys thought that last year's Mania card was stacked, I can't wait for this year's when it goes to Philly. But with that being said, guys, overall, the whole card itself was super stacked. Incredible talent showing up. Not much else to say about it. 4 stars. Easy. And with that being said, guys, that will do it for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.